So I recently reviewed another fragrance by this brand, Akro. It's called Ink. And it's a fragrance that's supposed to smell like getting a tattoo. It's sort of this slightly smoky, inky, leathery based fragrance almost with a little bit of saffron. I compared it to Bulgari Black. Here, we're going to be taking a look at a fragrance that came out back in 2018. The brand Akro recently released these 30 ml travel size bottles, which I actually really like. And so I've been wanting to get this one for a while. This one is called Awake. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this fragrance from 2018, so make sure to stay tuned. Before I begin my review on this coffee-based fragrance by Akro called Awake, and I tell you all about this fragrance, the notes, the performance, the longevity, all that good stuff, I want to start things off by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Make sure to hit that bell icon so you can be notified whenever I do upload future videos to the channel. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you learned something today or if you take something of value from today's episode. So coffee. This fragrance is all about the coffee, and the perfumer is such a master at gourmands. He pioneered the gourmand industry. Olivier Cresp, he composed Angel by Thierry Mugler, came out in the early 90s. Since then, he's made so many amazing gourmand fragrances, and he's actually done a coffee-based fragrance many years ago by Cacharel. It's called Noah. Beautiful sort of pearl-looking spherical shaped bottle. Here we have what is probably the best coffee fragrance on the market. I personally love Follow by Kerosene. The moment I smelled that, I fell in love. And ever since then, I've been a huge fan of coffee fragrances. But this one is one of the best, if not the best, coffee-based fragrance on the market. And I'm not talking about a frappuccino or a latte or a sugared this or a vanilla that. I'm talking about like freshly roasted coffee beans, just the smell that you get from opening a new container of coffee. It has coffee, cardamom, Haitian vetiver, and Italian lemon. Very simple, no breakdown, but the effect is profound. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on the smell. Let's start things off with the presentation. Now, you don't have to be a professional when it comes to smelling and understanding and analyzing fragrances to know that when you smell this, you're going to smell coffee. If you consume coffee in any capacity, you're going to know what this smell is because it's so natural. It's so natural smelling. It's so realistic. I'm sure he used CO2 coffee. There's just something about it that smells so true to life and true to form. And the perfumer did an exceptional job with this fragrance. Now, look, whenever I smell coffee combined with cardamom, I think of Turkish coffee. I grew up in a Greek household. I've consumed a lot of Turkish coffee, and the Greeks will argue with you and they'll debate you and they'll tell you that it's Greek coffee, it's Turkish coffee. And I actually visited Istanbul, Turkey, where I met up with another perfumer a couple years ago, and I've had Turkish coffee. Let me tell you something, this is amazing. You do get a pinch of the cardamom in the background, but it's not too strong, it's not too overwhelming. It's really more about the coffee. You're gonna get like 80% coffee, 20% cardamom, but the cardamom that's in here really livens up the blend in a magnetic and illustrious way. Now, in terms of the lemon that's in here, it's a really nice touch, but something to add this sort of sparkling quality in the opening. If you didn't look at the note breakdown, you wouldn't know it's there. And the vetiver that's in here, I guess it adds to like the earthiness of the coffee beans. That's kind of what it does. If you're looking for what is arguably the best coffee-based fragrance on the market, you need to try Awake by Akro. And I met Olivier Cresp in person several times. He and I did an event together in Manhattan for the release of another fragrance. And I remember the first time that I met him was, I think, back in 2018, before the brand was released, and we were at the Fragrance Foundation Awards. I was being nominated for an award that year, and he and I were chatting outside. It was a beautiful day, and he was telling me about this project, and the emotions that he was spilling into the introduction of the brand, and just the way that he felt about it and the way that he was describing the fragrances, you can tell that this is a labor of love for him. And I'm very proud of him, and he has such an illustrious career. He's such a prolific perfumer, and I wish him nothing but the best and the absolute, best, highest prosperity that you can imagine, because he is super talented at what he does, and he has such a wide range of different fragrances from the Akro brand. And this is one that, especially in the autumn, I'm gonna be wearing this one a lot, especially if I want to feel cozy. You wake up, you sleep in a little bit, you wake up on a weekend, you want to feel cozy, you spray on some coffee-based fragrance. Actually, go make yourself a pot of coffee or something. If you have a Keurig, that's another thing. But I love this fragrance, and I'm so happy to finally have it in my possession. And I will be picking up a few other Akro fragrances because he has some really, really good stuff. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. Now, first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, there's been many coffee fragrances released throughout the years by Thierry Mugler. There's Pure Coffee, which is part of the Amen line. There is, I've reviewed so many coffee-based fragrances, right? But at the end of the day, if you're looking for the coffee-based fragrance where the coffee really packs a punch, smells natural, high quality, good performance, reputable perfumer, and a unique niche brand, Akro's Awake is 100% the brand for you and the fragrance for you. If you haven't tried this, you need to try it. And the overall smell is really captivating. Longevity is 8 hours. Projection is amazing for the first hour and a half. Versatility is great. Perfectly unisex fragrance. Anybody of any age can wear it. I think you can wear this in every season except for the summertime, but if you're wearing it in a climate-controlled environment, do whatever you want, right? You can wear it all year long. And this one definitely gives off a formal vibe because of how much I really enjoy the fragrance and how it's not a common DNA, so it's something that I'd want to wear formally. But hey, you can wear this casually too. Personally, it's such a mood enhancer for me, and it's such a burst of energy that I would prefer to wear it casually at all times of the day, if I'm being honest with you. And the presentation, I actually really like the presentation of the 30 ml travel sizes with the aluminum tin. If you would like to see what the presentation of the larger sizes look like, you can definitely check out my review of Ink. But my final verdict on this fragrance is it's the best coffee fragrance on the market. Period. Followed by Kerosene is also really good, might be tied for first place, but this one is exceptional. And I own over 2,000 fragrances. I've smelled over 10,000 fragrances in my lifetime, and I can easily say that this is the best coffee fragrance I've smelled. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit that bell so you could be notified whenever I do upload future videos to the channel, and give this video a thumbs up if you learned something today. Thanks for joining me. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.